Every day, a pattern older than any living culture shapes what you want, what you fear, and what you trust. And you have never been asked for permission. What if the stories you were told are actually running your life? There is something that happens before awareness kicks in. A recognition, a pull towards certain images, certain voices, certain kinds of people. You feel it as instinct, as preference, as gut feeling. But what if that feeling is not instinct at all? What if it is a blueprint, loaded into human psychology long before you were born, activated the moment the right symbol appears? Ancient traditions that practiced symbolic magic understood something that modern science is now confirming with data. The human mind does not experience reality neutrally. It runs reality through filters, narrative filters, pattern filters, emotional templates that were shaped by thousands of years of collective human experience. What the Hermetic traditions called arcane structures, what mystery schools encoded in ritual and symbol, what occult practitioners mapped through centuries of empirical observation. These are not metaphysical claims anymore. They are measurable patterns of human cognition. But here's what almost no one notices. The word archetype, in its clinical sense, is recent. The phenomenon it describes is not. Every major civilization in recorded history developed systems for working with these invisible forces of the psyche. Egyptian priest classes, medieval alchemists, Renaissance magicians, shamanic traditions across 5 continents, all arrived independently at the same conclusion. Certain symbols activate certain emotional states. Certain narrative structures generate certain behaviors. The pattern is not cultural, it is structural, and this is where it gets unsettling. If these patterns are structural, if they exist below the level of culture and language, then they operate in you regardless of whether you have ever heard of them. The hidden archetype influencing millions of decisions every day does not require belief. It does not require awareness. It runs on recognition, and recognition happens in milliseconds, far below the threshold of conscious thought. This means that every environment designed with symbolic intelligence, every brand, every political campaign, every entertainment franchise, every digital platform, is speaking directly to a part of your mind that you cannot monitor in real time. If this line of thinking resonates with you, subscribe now so you don't miss what comes next. How the psychology of hidden power has always shaped who you follow. Think about the last time you trusted someone immediately, before they finished their first sentence, before you had any real information about who they were. Something clicked, something recognized a pattern, and from that moment, your perception of that person was fundamentally different from your perception of everyone else in the room. That moment of instant recognition is not chemistry. It is not charisma. It is archetype activation. Throughout history, the most effective practitioners of symbolic influence understood that power does not begin with persuasion. It begins with pattern recognition. The occult traditions of Renaissance Europe developed elaborate systems for projecting archetypal identity: the sage, the sovereign, the prophet. Because they understood that a person who successfully embodies an archetype bypasses rational evaluation entirely. The audience does not analyze. The audience responds. The response is emotional, immediate, and extraordinarily difficult to reverse once it has been activated. But there's a detail most people miss. This is not a historical curiosity. It is the operational logic behind the most effective leaders, communicators, and institutions in the modern world. When a technology CEO presents as a visionary disrupting obsolete systems, they are activating the archetype of the reformer hero. When a political figure frames every decision as a battle against hidden enemies, they are activating the shadow antagonist structure. These are not accidents of personality. They are applications of symbolic psychology that have been refined over centuries. The forbidden knowledge here is not that these patterns exist. The unsettling truth is how precisely they can be deployed without the audience ever recognizing what is happening. Ancient magical traditions called this the art of fascination, the capacity to capture will and attention through the strategic use of symbolic resonance. Modern behavioral science calls it priming. The mechanism is identical, and this opens a door few dare to walk through. Because if recognizing these patterns is the only real protection against them, then the population that cannot name what it is responding to remains permanently vulnerable to whoever has mastered the language of archetypes. Drop a comment below if this has ever explained something in your own life that never made sense before. Why the most powerful symbolic systems in history were never meant to be public. There is a reason the deepest knowledge of symbolic influence was historically restricted. Mystery schools in ancient Alexandria did not keep their practices private because of superstition. They kept them private because of power. Knowledge of how archetypes operate, how to activate them, how to sustain them, how to redirect their energy, represents a form of leverage over human behavior that, in the hands of a small group, creates structural advantages that compound over generations. The manuscripts associated with medieval ceremonial traditions were not merely collections of superstition. Studied as historical documents, they reveal empirical systems for mapping symbolic influence on human psychology, correspondences between planets and personality types, between colors and emotional states, between narrative structures and behavioral responses. These systems were empirical. Practitioners tested, revised, and refined them over centuries of direct application. The fact that the language was mystical does not mean the underlying observations were wrong. It means they were encoded in the vocabulary available at the time. What comes next changes everything. Because that same knowledge, repackaged, secularized, and scaled through technology, is now operating at a level of reach that no medieval practitioner could have imagined. The algorithms that determine what you see on every major digital platform are, in functional terms, archetypal sorting engines. They identify which symbolic patterns generate the strongest emotional response, in which psychological profiles. Then they deliver those patterns with increasing precision and frequency. These interpretations appear across centuries and cultures, often studied as symbolic patterns rather than literal truths. What they share is a consistent structural logic. Certain shapes of meaning activate certain shapes of response. That structural logic did not disappear when the occult fell out of mainstream discourse. It migrated into marketing, a political strategy, into the architecture of digital experience. The hidden curriculum of symbolic influence was never destroyed. It was industrialized. And the population that was never taught to read this language is navigating a world saturated with it, responding to signals they cannot name, making choices that feel like freedom, but follow patterns as predictable as any ritual ever designed. If this kind of deep analysis is valuable to you, hit the like button. It keeps this channel independent and growing. How artificial intelligence is mapping the unconscious mind at a scale that has no historical precedent. In 2016, a research team analyzing the structure of viral content made a finding that received almost no mainstream attention. Across thousands of data points, the narratives that generated the highest engagement, the highest share rates, and the longest sustained attention consistently followed the same structural skeleton. A protagonist in a state of lack or threat, an encounter with a force larger than themselves, a transformation that altered their fundamental capacity, a return that changed the world they left behind. This is the hero's journey. Joseph Campbell documented it as the monomyth in 1949, the single narrative structure that appears in the foundational stories of every human civilization without exception. What the 2016 data showed was that this structure did not just appear in myth and literature. It appeared in the most shared social media posts, the most watched video content, the most forwarded news stories. The archetype was not a literary device. It was a behavioral driver, active in contemporary digital culture at a level indistinguishable from its activity in ancient oral tradition. But here's what almost no one notices. Artificial intelligence systems trained on human behavioral data are not being explicitly programmed to use archetypal structures. They are discovering them. Because when you train a model on enough human-generated content and optimize it for engagement, the model converges on archetypal patterns autonomously. The patterns are that consistent. They are that fundamental to how human attention and emotion operate. This means we are living through a moment with no genuine historical parallel. The occult sciences spent millennia manually mapping the relationship between symbolic input and psychological response. Modern AI systems are now performing that mapping in real time, at global scale, with a precision and speed that exceeds anything any human practitioner ever achieved. The oracle is no longer a metaphor for intuitive wisdom. It is a computational architecture that processes the symbolic responses of billions of people simultaneously. What the ancient traditions encoded in ritual, symbol, and carefully guarded manuscripts has become the invisible operating system of the information environment you live inside every day. The hidden archetype influencing millions of decisions is no longer hidden because it is secret. It is hidden because it operates in the space between stimulus and awareness, where no one thinks to look. Why? Recognizing the pattern is the only form of freedom that actually exists. Everything described in this video has a single operational implication. Archetypal patterns influence behavior not because they are supernatural, because they are mystical, but because they are structural. They are built into the architecture of human cognition at a level that predates individual psychology, predates culture, and predates language itself. And systems that understand this, whether ancient magical orders or modern technology platforms, gain a form of leverage over human behavior that no amount of rational argument can neutralize. This is the knowledge that occult traditions always described as genuinely dangerous, not because it summoned external forces, but because it revealed the degree to which human beings are not the authors of their own experience in the way they believe themselves to be. Every choice you feel certain about was preceded by a recognition event you did not choose. Every leader you trust activated a structure inside you that was already waiting to be activated. Every belief you hold as your own arrived through symbolic channels you were never taught to identify. And this is where it gets unsettling in a way that cannot be resolved by simply knowing it. Because awareness of the pattern does not automatically free you from it. The hero archetype does not stop generating a response when you can name it. The authority structure does not lose its pull the moment you understand its mechanism. What changes is your relationship to the response. You begin to create a gap between recognition and reaction, between the pull and the choice. That gap is small, but it is real. And in that gap lives the only form of agency that is not an illusion. But there's a detail most people miss. The traditions that taught this, across witchcraft, ceremonial magic, Hermetic philosophy, and contemplative practice, consistently described this gap as the actual goal of the work, not power over others, not forbidden knowledge for its own sake. The goal was the capacity to observe your own archetypal responses without being fully consumed by them. That capacity is rare. It is uncomfortable to develop. And almost nothing in the modern information environment is designed to help you build it. If this video shifted something in your perception, subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so you never miss what comes next, and tell me in the comments, which archetype do you think has been running your decisions without your permission?